morning, everyone. My name is Simran Jeet, and I am your host today from the editorial department of RJ Associates. I welcome my audience to the RJ screen. I extend a warm welcome to you, Mr. Chandet Mansharamani, Managing Director of Alcott Network Travel and Conference Management, and also the past Vice President of ICPP. Thank you for joining us today. In this interview series of Travel Heights magazine, we are here to discuss the new normal in a post-COVID-19 world. So, sir, to begin with, as we all know, the Ministry of Tourism has decided to extend its benefits to MICE organizers in the form of certain incentives under the Champion Sector and Services Scheme. So what is your comment on this?
No, it's a very good initiative at the Ministry of Tourism, and this is the first time they have come out with that kind of a scheme. We have been requesting them for a very long time, and it's good. Now we are very happy about it that they have at least initiated the process. Yes, there are many other areas which we have been requesting them. To begin with, they have said, okay, on the GST, that 50% they are talking about, that is a good move. But then there are other areas which, as compared to other countries, what incentive they have offered. We have requested them again, and they are very positive about it. And then they are looking into it, and maybe in a time to come, they will introduce those schemes also.
All right, we are glad to hear that, sir. I must say the Ministry of Tourism has taken some great initiatives to support the sectors of the economy.
Yeah.
My next question to you is, what is the scope of inbound MICE tourism in India in this financial year 2021? What developments do you foresee regarding the same?
See, as far as the inbound is concerned from the international market, I don't think so we can have anything of maybe in coming maybe year or so. And otherwise also, when you look for an international conference, it's always a bidding process. And then, the cycle is always more than 2 years. Like what we are bidding now is for 2023, 24 and 26 kind of a thing. So what we expect now, there were some conferences which were coming in to India on a short notice also, because some foreign organizations want to have their meetings in India, want to have their other areas to work on it. But those things will not be there definitely for coming 1.5 years. But then a bidding process is already on, and then we are looking at kind of conferences beyond 22. So that we are on the job as usual, which we were doing it earlier. But yes, definitely there will not be any kind of business for the next 1.5, 2 years now. As for the international inbound MICE is concerned.
Okay.
MICE, I'm talking about only the convention area, not that incentive. Incentives may start maybe beginning of next year or the first quarter of the next year. But if you talk about the convention business or conference business, international conferences, that is going to take time.
Okay. I really hope we pick up the same pace again as we had in 2014 and earlier in the years. Moving on to, what is your action plan and strategy to promote MICE tourism in India in a post-COVID-19 world, and how is it different from the pre-pandemic action plan?
See, one is that we already have given the Ministry of Tourism the SOPs, what exactly we are looking at it. And then we like to assure all our foreign customer, including the Indian conference organizers also, look, if you have an event in India, you are safe kind of a thing. That is the first thing every conference organizer is looking at it kind of a thing. So those SOPs are in place. Only thing we are waiting for the venues to open up and the hotels to open up. The moment they open up, definitely there'll be an aggressive marketing on about India, the facilities, which is we have been doing it earlier also. But at the moment, with the COVID in picture, we need to assure them, yes, they will be safe, and then that is the only thing which we can do at the moment. That is what we are going to do now. Ministry has prepared 1 or 2 videos. We are also working on some kind of videos which we can maybe forward it to all our foreign organizations to say that yes, the India is safe for any meeting to be held in India.
So moving on to, being well aware of the situation of the hospitality sector and people becoming more cautious, what extra precautions are you taking as an organization to ensure the safety of your staff and guests?
See that we need to implement what SOPs are already there, in the sense that no ministry also has approved. They also had given it to the hotels, the venues. There's an exhibition association, IEIA. They also have prepared their own SOPs for holding an exhibition. We also have done, in the sense that both people who are going to stay in the hotel or doing in a conference also in the same hotel, and a small exhibition kind of a thing. Those SOPs are already there. Only thing, we need to ensure that the SOPs are followed, and then no, there should not be any comeback. See, what can happen is that no, if suppose the government allows us to do an event or in a conference or an exhibition, if something goes wrong, we're going to go back to square one, in the sense. But then it's our job, in the sense, as a PCO, professional conference organizer, to ensure that no, these SOPs are followed by each and every one, to ensure that smooth running of the future kind of no, the events.
Sir, if I may ask, were there any cases of someone being affected by the virus among your staff members or someone around you at office or maybe nearby at home?
No, nobody at the moment. In any case, we have not opened the office except for one or two people going in there for accounting purpose. Rest is all at home. People are working from home, and then no, that is what I in my family or in my staff and all that, because we also take a lot of precautions. We also do kind of tell our staff what precautions, or reminding them all the time, and then ensuring that what are the safety norms when even the two people coming into the office, they are followed kind of thing.
Right.
So there is nothing, nobody has warning for the COVID.
Very well, sir. Talking about the guests, people are still hesitant to leave their homes right now. So, how do you plan to gain the trust of your guests? And are there any new schemes or promotional activities that are going on right now?
See, it doesn't depend on us. What I personally, if you ask me personally, feel that unless no the fear, one is that fear has to go out of the minds of the people here, whether it's a guest or my staff or anybody, for you or for me, that which still exists, in the sense if we go out and then no, something can happen, and that fear has to go out. And then we had an interaction with the ministry 7-8 days back. So that is what we've been suggesting. Look, I have to have some kind of a campaign where you can try and remove the fear from the minds of the people. That is one which definitely has to be there. And then what I've been repeating all the time, that where unless the lockdown gets open, unless the hotels are open, the airlines are open, the metro is the lifeline of everyone kind of a thing. Like today, the government has allowed us to open the offices, but unless the metro runs, then how the staff is going to come in. So there are few areas government has to think of removing the fear from the mind. That will go only when they open up few more things, in the sense, one is the metro, one is the hotels have to open, airline has to start regularly. Even surprisingly, even the railways have not started running the trains in a regular basis. They have few special trains. So those things have to start, only then the fear will go. So that's the only thing which we feel that yes, the government should try and have a campaign after opening these sectors, and then remove that fear. The fear will automatically go from people once these things are in place. Yeah.
Absolutely, very well, sir. Now, I would like to ask you about the conferences, exhibitions, and events. Is there anything new which is coming up, or some event we can look forward to in the upcoming months? Also, is there any news on your annual event, Convention India Conclave?
See, the most of the conclave, the associations have plans to organize it on a virtual basis. So, if you talk to us, like as a ALPCOD also, we are doing a lot of virtual conferences. Those who have been, there are few conferences which have been postponed for next year. There are some medical conferences they don't want to do virtual, but there are a lot of people also who wants to do those virtual conferences, which we are doing it on a professional kind of a basis. But as far as the conventions are concerned, the tourism or maybe our exhibition or in a conference conclave kind of a thing, they all have plans to do September onwards as a virtual conference. So that is what everybody is planning. I'm in touch with Ty and Taffy, and then everybody wants to kind of know, but they're all in a planning stage at the moment. So they will be kind of they are all working on it. But then let's see now. I think you'll hear from them in maybe another 10 to 15 days time. So there'll be all virtual conferences. Then there is nothing which we can think of planning it on a physical kind of a thing. No, there is nothing actually.
Okay. And how about next year, sir? Anything which you have in mind for next year apart from the virtual conferences?
No, nothing at the moment. You see, unless we have to have a clarity from the government, when are they going to open? See, if I have to organize an exhibition, I'm talking about the commercial side of it, not the test session. You need to have at least 3 to 4 months to organize it. So in case the government announces now, give us a date, say they're going to open in November. So we'll start planning it now. And then we can do in a conference in November. But if they're going to announce it in the month of November only, then now you can do the exhibition or a conference or a convention. It's going to take at least minimum 3 to 4 months to organize it. So we have, as far as personally you ask me, we are landed up into the maybe next year kind of a thing, the first quarter of the next year. In case the government even decides today, saying that, look, we are opening up and then you can do your conferences. Now the people from the exhibition side, they are comparing, like, no, when you open the malls, malls is what? Like malls are small shops kind of a thing. What is the difference between then when you have an exhibition? Again, there are stalls actually, when they can open the malls, why can't they open an exhibition? So that's what we have been trying to tell them, but then no, it's very difficult to try and convince them. I don't know, there is some mindset where they feel that no, in case the conventions or the hotels and then exhibitions are open, they may, the cases that positive cases may go up kind of a thing. That is again a fear, it is there in their mind also, not only in the public. So they need to come out and then tell us, look, but as far as your question is concerned, I don't think so before March next year or maybe first quarter of the next year, anything is going to happen here.
I must say, sir, the conclave is a beautiful event and I've never attended it, but I've seen the videos of the cultural performances from last year and the previous ones. They are lovely. Anyway, moving on to the tour packages, are there any inbound or outbound MICE tour packages that you're providing to your clients as of now?
See, we at the moment there is nothing open, so we can always maybe try and we are at our end back end, we are preparing a lot of packages and things like that. Those are all ready actually. And then we are informing them, this is what, when we open up, these are the packages which is available to you and all that. But nothing we can sell it, nothing we can talk about it. Okay, you give us a date. The airlines are not open. Fully they are not open, even within India also. And then the hotels are not there. There are some hotels which have opened in Bangalore and Mumbai and all that. Delhi still they are closed. But then there also the fear is there because the number of cases going up there. So people are not very keen in going in and taking those packages. The offers are there. We are ready with our all the products what we all India basis, and that is what during the spare time we have done that now. We're just opening, waiting for the government to just announce, and then we will try and. But then again, it's going to take time. That it's not that tomorrow they open up and then we offer them the package and everybody is going to jump on it and then they'll go and visit those places. I don't think so. But it's going to take time to people to try and see and then know how it goes. But there are a lot of other issues also, like within, say, nearby Delhi is fine, kind of a thing. The people living in Delhi and going in, say, Manesar and all that nearby places is fine. But then there are issues if somebody has to go to, say, Rishikesh or somebody has to go to Bangalore and all these places. What happens when suppose he develops a kind of a positive kind of a thing? Who's going to take care of it? Whose responsibility will be there? How is going to be, suppose he gets quarantined, he goes for 3 days package and something goes wrong and he get quarantined for 14 days and who's going to pay for that 14 days? So there are many issues which we have been talking about it within our industry and with the government also. So there are quite serious issues. It's not easy kind of even we open up also and then no, the business starts just like that. I don't think so.
So, how soon do you think the sectors like tourism and hospitality will revive back from the adverse effects of the pandemic?
Revive back? No, is I don't think so. This financial year is gone. Reviving back in the sense that if you say even say 40%, 35, 40% also, this year is gone. Maybe we are all of us looking at the next financial year, March, April next year kind of a thing. So till that time, the number of cases which are going up every day, I don't think so we can look in anything during the, maybe some miracle can happen and then we go back and then something happens. So it's going to take at least till first quarter of the next year, yes.
We really hope things are better soon, sir. Lastly, what is your message to promote MICE tourism in India? Is there something you would like to share with your guests?
See, MICE tourism to India, we at the moment, I was telling you earlier, there's nothing which we can do in the sense, because for the next 2 years, there'll be, I don't think so, any foreign organization is going to come and doing an event in India. Maybe there's some events were lined up. We had around few events which are postponed for this year. One is postponed for 2022 and one is postponed for, both are international. One is postponed for end of next year kind of a thing. They again postponed for June next year and they got another postponement for that same event for end of next year. So this for next year end or maybe 22, we can look into those events which were already there with us or with all the PCOs in India. I don't know about others, but I can talk about myself. Yes, they were postponed for next year or for 22. Other events which we are working on it is the bidding kind of a thing. We are trying to work on where we can bring in a conference, say 23, 22 onwards, because the cycle is for 2 years or 4 years. That we are working very aggressively and then try and see the conferences at least can come in. But we are sure about it. Things will be in place kind of a thing by end of next year. So those kind of marketing activities which we are doing it, as far as the bidding is concerned, as for talking to the various associations across the world that you can come in and have a conference in India, 22 onwards, not before 22 kind of a thing. That is what we are doing, that to bring in more MICE business to India. MICE business says convention business to India.
All right. So that was it for today, sir. Thank you so much for your time and patience. Your inputs are valuable to us and our audience. Wishing you all the best for your future endeavors. Please stay safe and healthy. Thank you all for watching us. Goodbye. Take care.
Thank you.